Who's your daddy?
You.
Who's the best daddy?
You.
Who buys you everything you want? Who takes care of you and picks you up from school?
You.
Who do you love the most?
You.
That's right.
I love your necklace.
I love you.
I love you too. I love you, Daddy. You're the best.
Aww. I love you too. You the best.
And we're the best daughter.
Yeah, you the best daughter.
Mom, you're the best.
Guys, y'all asking me about these people trying to get me in trouble. If that girl pregnant with my grandchild, y'all motherfuckers trying to fuck it up so I won't be able to see another grandbaby. Y'all not about to catch me up again. No, ma'am.
So we've officially reached the point where the internet said, you know what this drama needs, VooDoo? Because explain to me how we went from baby mama chaos to full-blown supernatural accusations like. This is a crossover episode between reality TV and a horror movie nobody asked for. And right at the center of this, Nevaeh is suddenly trending for something that sounds less like gossip and more like a plot twist straight out of a late-night conspiracy documentary. Now let's be real for a second. The internet has a habit of reaching, stretching, and sometimes straight up inventing narratives, but this one hit different. Because the moment those VooDoo accusations started floating around, people didn't just laugh and scroll, they paused. They leaned in. They started asking questions like, wait, where did that come from? And before anyone could even process it, boom, Karlissa enters the chat like a storm with Wi-Fi. And she didn't come to whisper, she came to clap back, loud, direct, and with the kind of energy that makes you sit up like. Oh, this just got serious. Because when Karlissa responds, it's never subtle, it's bold, it's sharp, and it always adds fuel instead of water. Social media. Completely out of control, TikTok turned into a paranormal investigation unit, Twitter became a courtroom debating spiritual warfare, and Instagram, oh, it turned into a full-blown comedy show mixed with chaos. Some people laughing, others genuinely debating it like it's a real possibility, and a few acting like they've been waiting for this exact moment to drop their theories. But here's where it gets uncomfortable. Because the more people talked about it, the less it felt like a joke. Old clips started resurfacing. Past moments got reanalyzed. People started connecting dots that may or may not even exist. But once the internet thinks it, sees a pattern, oh, it runs with it. And now we got two sides forming. One side saying this is ridiculous, pure nonsense, just another viral reach. The other side looking at everything like, hold on, something about this is weird. And once people start saying that, yeah, the narrative starts shifting fast. So now everybody's asking the same thing. How did Nevaeh end up in the middle of these accusations? And why did Karlissa react like there was something real to shut down? Because if this was just a joke, why does it feel like something bigger just got triggered? Let's rewind this whole situation, because there's nitrogen monoxide way. We just woke up one day and the internet decided to throw VooDoo accusations into an already chaotic storyline for no reason. This didn't just appear out of thin air. This is what happens when tension, history, and non-stop drama start stacking up until even the wildest theories begin to feel believable to some people. From the moment Nevaeh stepped into this already messy circle, the energy was never calm. It was always side eyes, questions, comparisons, and that quiet tension fans could feel even when nobody said anything directly. You know that vibe where everything looks fine on the surface, but underneath, it's giving unresolved issues waiting for the right moment to pop out. And let's not pretend this group doesn't come with baggage, because when you've got history like THIS, past relationships, ongoing drama, shifting alliances, it doesn't take much for the internet to start building narratives. All it needs is one moment, one clip, one rumor, and suddenly everything gets twisted into something bigger. Now here's where things start getting strange. Before the VooDoo accusations even became a headline, people were already noticing. Weird energy, little comments, subtle reactions, moments that didn't fully make sense at the time. Nothing concrete, just enough for fans to start whispering, something feels off. And you already know how the internet works. It doesn't leave things as off. It builds on it. It stretches it. It adds layers until a simple vibe turns into a full storyline. And that's exactly what happened here. Those small observations turned into theories. And those theories, they escalated fast. Then the accusations hit. Not quietly either. We're talking loud, viral, screenshot-circulating claims that instantly grabbed attention. People didn't even have time to process. They just reacted. Some laughed. Others were confused. And a surprising number of people actually started entertaining the idea. And that's when things shifted from messy to chaotic. Because once people start taking something seriously, even a little bit, it changes everything. Now it's not just jokes, it's debates, it's arguments. It's people digging for evidence to either prove or disprove. Something that, let's be honest, probably started as speculation. And then came the breakdowns. You already know the type. Watch this closely. Look at her expression. This moment right here explains everything. Suddenly, old videos were being reanalyzed like hidden clues. Every look, every movement, every word, all being examined like they meant more than they originally did. And here's the part that really made things spiral. People started connecting this to past situations. Moments that had nothing to do with these accusations suddenly got pulled in like supporting evidence. Old drama got rebranded, previous tension got reinterpreted, and now everything was being seen through a completely different lens. Meanwhile, Nevaeh's name is trending non-stop. Not just for drama, but for something way more bizarre. And whether she's speaking or not, it doesn't even matter at this point, because the narrative is already moving without her input. Then Karlissa steps in. And that changes everything, because her reaction wasn't quiet, it wasn't neutral, and it definitely wasn't ignore it and move on. No, she addressed it head-on, and the way she did it. That's what made people pause. Because now the question isn't just are these accusations real? It's why did she respond like that? And that response, it didn't calm things down. It made everything louder. Because now people are analyzing her reaction just as much as the accusations themselves. Why so strong? Why so direct? What is she shutting down exactly? Suddenly, her clapback becomes part of the story, adding another layer to something that was already messy. Now the internet is split in a completely different way. One side saying Karlissa did exactly what needed to be done, shut down nonsense before it spreads. The other side, looking at her reaction like that, seemed a little too intense. And once that doubt enters the conversation, it doesn't leave. At this point, the situation isn't even about the original claim anymore. It's about the energy around it, the reactions, the way everything unfolded so quickly. Because when drama escalates this fast, people start wondering what triggered it in the first place. And the craziest part, we still don't have a clear origin. No solid source. No confirmed explanation, just a chain reaction of posts, reactions, and speculation that somehow turned into one of the wildest storylines online right now. And if this is how intense things are at the beginning, then whatever comes next might push this situation into even crazier territory. And this is where the situation goes from okay, this is weird to full-blown internet chaos that nobody can control anymore. Because the second those voodoo accusations hit the bigger pages, everything exploded at once. Timelines weren't just active, they were flooded. Every platform lit up like someone flipped a switch labeled maximum drama. First came the reaction creators, and they wasted absolutely nitrogen monoxide time. Everybody suddenly turned into a spiritual analyst, a body language expert, and a conspiracy theorist all at once. Pause right here. Look at her eyes. No, go back. That moment explains everything. Like this wasn't even content anymore. It felt like a full investigation. Then the memes dropped, and that's when it officially went off the rails. People comparing this whole situation to a Marvel villain origin story, saying Nevaeh locked a final boss level. Others joking this was a Zeus Network spin-off called Spiritual Beef Chronicles. The internet turned it into comedy. But underneath the jokes, the conversation was getting louder because while some people were laughing, others were dead serious. And that's where things started getting uncomfortable. Comment sections turned into debates that felt more intense than they should have been. One side saying, "Y'all are doing too much. This is ridiculous." The other side, "Nah, something about this isn't random." Then influencers and gossip pages jumped in, and that's when everything multiplied. Because once bigger voices start speaking on it, the narrative doesn't stay stable, it spreads, shifts, and sometimes twists into something completely different. Some creators dismissed it instantly, while others hinted there's more going on behind the scenes. And let's talk about contradictions, because this story is full of them. On one side, everything looks like pure internet exaggeration, jokes, memes, people reaching for viral moments. But on the other side, clips, reactions, and past moments that people are now interpreting in a completely different way. Now the internet is doing what it always does best, connecting dots that may or may not exist. Old videos are getting pulled up, past interactions are being replayed. Even random moments that meant nothing before are now being labeled as signs. And once people start building that kind of narrative, it takes on a life of its own. Meanwhile, Nevaeh is under a microscope. Every post, every movement, every expression analyzed like it's part of a bigger hidden story. And the craziest part, even silence is being interpreted. If she doesn't respond, it means something. If she does respond, it'll mean something else. And Karlissa, oh, her clapback didn't end the situation. It fueled it. Because now people are dissecting her reaction just as much as the original accusation. Why did she go so hard? What exactly is she shutting down? Was that defense or damage control? Suddenly, she's part of the mystery to Dot at this point. The narrative isn't even linear anymore. It's branching in multiple directions at once. Some people believe this is all nonsense that got out of control. Others are convinced there's a deeper story that hasn't been fully revealed yet. And both sides loud. And here's where the pressure really starts building. Because now the internet isn't just reacting, it's expecting something. A response, a clarification, a moment that either shuts everything down or confirms the chaos. Without that, the speculation keeps growing. And speculation, it doesn't stay small. Because the longer this goes unanswered, the more people look in their own version of the story. And once that version spreads far enough, it becomes almost impossible to undo, even if the truth comes out later. Now imagine being in the middle of this. Every move watched, every silence questioned, every word potentially turned into another headline. It's like being trapped in a storyline where the audience is writing the plot faster than you can react. And just when it feels like things can't get any crazier, new details start surfacing. Small clips, overlooked moments, random connections all getting highlighted like they've been waiting for this exact moment to matter. And those details, they don't clear anything up. They make everything more confusing. Because now the question isn't just, is this real? It's why does it feel like this story is still unfolding? And at that point, this stops feeling like a joke. It starts feeling like something the internet isn't ready to let go of anytime soon. And now we've reached the stage where everything shifts from loud, chaotic internet energy to consequences that don't disappear just because the timeline moves on. Because what started as wild accusations and meme-worthy chaos has now turned into something heavier, something that's actively changing how people look at everyone involved. At this point, the emotional fallout is undeniable. You can feel the tone online shifting. The jokes are fading, the sarcasm isn't hitting the same, and now people are speaking with more certainty, like they've already decided what this situation means, whether they actually know the truth or not. And that's where things get dangerous, Because once the internet locks in a narrative, it doesn't matter how messy or unclear the reality is, people stick to their version, and right now. There isn't just one version of this story. There are multiple, all competing to be the truth. Meanwhile, Nevaeh's reputation is sitting in a very uncomfortable spot, not completely collapsing, but definitely under pressure. Because once your name gets attached to something this bizarre, this viral, and this controversial, it doesn't just disappear overnight, it lingers. And the worst part? It doesn't even have to be true. Because in internet culture, perception spreads faster than facts, and once people start associating your name with a certain narrative, it sticks, it echoes. It resurfaces in future conversations like it never left. At the same time, Karlissa's role in this situation has created its own ripple effect. Her clapback didn't just shut things down, it shifted attention. Now people are analyzing HR just as much as the accusations themselves, questioning tone, intent, and what exactly she was trying to control in that moment, and that creates another layer of tension. Because now it's not just about what was said, it's about how it was handled. And when reactions become part of the story, things get even more complicated. Meanwhile, the silence from other voices connected to this situation, that's speaking louder than anything. Because when people choose not to engage, not to respond, not to clarify, it leaves space for speculation to grow without limits. And that speculation, it doesn't stay neutral. It evolves. Now here's where things take a turn nobody fully expected. Because while the internet is focused on the loud chaos, there's always another layer. The quiet conversations happening behind the scenes. The reactions we don't see, the decisions being made away from cameras and comment sections, and those moments. They're the ones that actually shape what happens next. Because sometimes the real drama doesn't explode publicly. It builds quietly and then hits later in a way nobody can ignore. Now imagine this. The noise starts to slow down. The posts become less frequent. The reactions start fading. It looks like the situation is finally calming. But then out of nowhere, something new surfaces. A clip, a statement, a detail nobody noticed before. And suddenly the entire narrative flips again. That's the kind of unpredictability this situation is carrying right now. Because nothing about this feels fully resolved. It feels paused, like the story is waiting for its next chapter instead of actually ending. And here's the twist that keeps everything hanging in the air. Because the biggest questions haven't even been answered yet. Where did this really start? Why did it escalate this fast? And why did certain reactions feel stronger than expected? Those questions, they're still sitting there, unanswered. So, now we're left in this strange space where everything feels unfinished. The accusations are still floating, the reactions are still divided, and the truth still somewhere in the middle. Buried under layers of speculation and noise. And the biggest question of all, what happens next when someone finally decides to speak? Or when something new surfaces that changes everything? Because if this entire situation has proven anything, it's that this wasn't the peak. It was just the setup, and whatever comes next might take this story to a level nobody saw coming. Now don't even try to sit there like you didn't just witness one of the wildest internet storylines unfold in real time. You saw the accusations, the reactions, the clapbacks, the chaos, and now you're telling me you don't have a take. Nah, I'm not buying that. This whole situation got everybody thinking, debating, and side-eyeing their screens like something deeper is going on. So let's talk. What do you actually believe? Is this just another internet moment that got blown way out of proportion? Or does this whole VooDoo accusation situation feel like there's something more behind it that nobody is fully saying out loud yet? Be honest, because right now the internet is split like it's a championship match. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't hold back. I'm talking real opinions, not the safe ones. Are people reaching for attention? Or is there something about this that actually made you pause? Because let's be real, Some of these reactions felt a little too intense to just be random. And while you're here, go ahead and smash that like button like it owes you money. Not a gentle tap. I mean, hit it like you just saw the craziest plot twist of the year and you need the next episode immediately. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. Because you already know this story isn't over. If anything, it feels like we just watched the setup, and the real drama is still loading in the background waiting to drop at any moment. And trust me, when the next clip surfaces, when someone finally speaks, when new details come out, you're gonna want to be right here watching it all unfold in real time. This isn't just drama, this is a whole storyline still being written. So stay locked in, stay ready, because here on CLAPS Sync, we don't just follow the chaos, we break it down before it explodes.